New class alert. Please, we got a new class upcoming. Who are the allies of Allah and the allies of Shaitan? Taught by Ustadha Laila Nasheeba. I know you're not going to want to miss this. So please stay tuned, okay? Streaming on all major platforms. Channel SunnahFollowers. Faithful friend or enemy.
Etiquette tafsir.
Where should I begin when I'm starting at the end? Pursuing the higher aim, learning the meaning of every page. Where should I begin when I'm starting at the end? Assalamu alaikum. SunnahFollowers presents a new class, the Muqasid of Tafsir, being taught and brought to you by Ustadha Laila Nasheeba. Please stay tuned, streaming on all major platforms, right here on channel SunnahFollowers.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brother and sister. I just saw Brother Muhammad here in Salat al-Jum'ah, alhamdulillah. It's an honor to speak on a very important topic. I just discussed with Brother Muhammad, and Brother Muhammad is going to speak with you, inshallah.
Inshallah.
But Tuesday, inshallah.
Tuesday, inshallah, we're going to discuss raising our Islamic Muslim children in a non-Islamic world that we're living in right now. The society that we live in. Especially now we have a lot of issues happening in our schools, in our colleges, universities, that a lot of our Muslim kids aren't really ready for it. So I think we should have a nice little discussion. Inshallah, we'll have a lot of people on board that can ask a lot of questions that they have. And we can kind of talk about how to kind of keep our deen and our religion inside of our children while they're going through out there in the world with the non-Muslims that are around there, inshallah, that have a lot of pressure that they're put on them, peer pressure and all that kind of stuff, inshallah.
So Sunnah followers, prepare yourself and even your kids and share this very, very important topic. Very important. Alhamdulillah, Brother Muhammad accept to join us every Tuesday, inshallah. 9 o'clock p.m. So,
Woke. There are so many things going on around, you must take heed. It's been written and prophesied about, so you must believe. Not everything that glitters is gold, pay attention as it's been told.
Join us every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern with Brother Yusuf as he tackles and breaks down current events, current news and politics, and the Islamic Ummah. Please join us, streaming on all major platforms. Channel SunnahFollowers.
Alhamdulillah, it is that time again. Increase our worship and plead for forgiveness. Alhamdulillah, it is that time again. Increase our worship and plead for forgiveness.
Need inspiration? Need to brush up on the do's and don'ts during this blessed month? Join us for Sunnah Followers Ramadan Prep and allow Ustadha Laila Nasheeba to walk you through day by day through this blessed month of Ramadan. This will keep your iman tight, your ibadah right, and keep you pushing in the light. Streaming on all major platforms. Channel Sunnah Followers.
Ina alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. I'd like to welcome everybody to our Ramadan prep series. Inshallah, Ramadan will begin this week, possibly Friday, either Friday or Saturday, something like that, one of those days. But so we only have a few days left to get ourselves in the Ramadan spirit. And that's what I'm going to focus on in this class for the next few days. And then after, when Ramadan begins, and this class will continue to focus on Ramadan, on the virtues of fasting, how to fast, why we fast, how to spend our time. And inshallah, if you guys stay glued to me, inshallah, I will help you to get through Ramadan day by day. And I want to first of all start off by welcoming my new shahadas from Reddit. And I got another group here. Can you guys see me? Okay. I got another group, another Zoom group that I'm using another connection for the Masjid, Imam Abdul Rashid's Masjid in Atlanta. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, Imam Abdul Rashid. How are you and your wife? Alhamdulillah. Okay, you got business to take care of, so your wife will be handling the chat room. Okay, fine. Alhamdulillah. Let us sisters do it. We can run it. Brother Edward will probably pop up in there. You know. Alhamdulillah. So, alhamdulillah, inshallah, if you guys stick with me every day, I will help you to get through Ramadan. You'll see it's going to fly by so quick. That's one of the signs of the last hour. Time passes so quickly. So, mashallah, Sheikh, how are you? Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Give my salams to your wife and your daughter too. And tell them thank you again for the hijabs, the kimars they sent me from Egypt. This is one of my Egyptian brothers and sisters here. The Sheikh. Yeah, thank you for the kimar. I will, inshallah. Inshallah. So, alhamdulillah, we got a lot of new shahadas joining us from different masajids across the country. Here, and we got a lot of them from Atlanta. Philadelphia's in the house. Assalamu alaikum, my sisters from the East Coast. I got New Jersey. Wa alaikum salam. You know I'm not going to forget my New Jersey sisters and brothers here. We keeping it real. And also Brooklyn, New York is in the house. And mashallah, Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atlee's community in Columbia, South Carolina is here. Mashallah, North Carolina is here. I got to name them all now. Couple of people from, Jackson, Florida. Oh, wow, mashallah, I got Jackson, Florida in the house. So, and Tampa, of course. That's Dr. Jamali's majlis. He's down there in the Fort Lauderdale, Tampa area. Yeah, you guys are very familiar with Dr. Ibrahim Dramali. A lot of Arabs here. There's Jamila, wa alaikum salam. That's Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atlee's community, keeping it real, his majlis. Okay, so, and also I got my sisters from the United Kingdom, BK. She's here. Where you from? Birmingham, I think. I got BK here from the United Kingdom. I got some sisters here from Leeds, alhamdulillah. Leeds, UK, whatever that is over there. Mashallah. So alhamdulillah, everybody's coming in. So this is good. And try to get your new shahadas to stay tuned with me. Or you're in London. BK says she's in London. Okay. Somebody else is from Birmingham. Oh, that's that brother, the Somali brother. Yeah, I heard you guys have a strong Somali community in Birmingham. Yeah, he said, that's us, Sister Laila. We the Bantus, the Bantus. My Bantus in Birmingham. You know that I got y'all's kimars. I wear these kimars. Yeah, that's where I get my stuff from. My Bantus from out of Somalia. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Dorcia. Walaikum salam. Yeah, you used to be in South Carolina with Sheikh Atlee. I remember you, Dorcia. How are you? You're in North Carolina now? That's still Sheikh Atlee's Majlis. Yeah, mashallah, I remember you because your name. And you're still beautiful. You still got those dimples. I remember you. She's from out of Sheikh Atlee's Majlis too. Alhamdulillah. And San Antonio, Texas. Y'all know the teacher. Sister Sakina, she's a retired teacher from out of San Antonio. That's where I want to go. Yes, I want to go to San Antonio, Texas. I've been trying to get there for a long time just to visit because there's some good sisters there. I really like the sisters from out of San Antonio. I got Dallas in the house too. Geechee and all of them and Sister Laila, they all in Dallas, Fort Worth area. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So, mashallah, it is so good to see my old sisters who I haven't seen in a while, and also the new shahadas here, Imam Abdul Rashid's community, and also these other, the Sheikh's community here. I don't want to pronounce your name because I can't pronounce it right, and I don't want to mess it up. Alhamdulillah. And my, oh yeah, Sister Wafaz here. Sister Wafaz from the United Arab Emirates. She's in the house. Wafaz, she's Arabia. Yes. And we got the brothers. Brother Zahid. He's here from the United Arab Emirates too. A lot of my Arabs are from, they joined from, you know, a lot of you guys hear this political stuff about how bad the Muslim governments are and how bad these Arabic countries are. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Don't believe everything you hear because everything is sensationalized. One thing about the Gulf area, Kuwait, the Emirates, Oman, they ban a lot of this social media crap. And so like they say, you know, Facebook gets banned all the time. YouTube is banned all the time. So they use, a lot of them use LinkedIn because LinkedIn is a business, you know, account. You know, so most of my Arabs, now I got Arabs here from Kuwait. I got Arabs here from Oman, from Syria, from Saudi Arabia, and a lot of them use LinkedIn because their countries, their governments will ban YouTube and all this stuff when it gets too ridiculous. Exactly, Sister Wefat. Wefat said they always talk bad about the UAE. She says because they want to be here. Sister Wefat said they say bad things about the UAE because they wish they could live here. That's all. Alhamdulillah, I got that right. My family lives over there. I got family in the UAE and also in Kuwait. I got relatives in Kuwait too. I want to go to Kuwait myself. All right, so mashallah, everybody is here. And alhamdulillah, tonight what I'm going to do, I'm glad I got all these new shahadas here. Because today what I'm going to speak about are the sunans. Yes, brother Shahriar, he's here from Bangladesh. We can't forget Bangladesh. See, we got him from all over the world. Walaikum salam, brother Shahriar. He's from Bangladesh. Keeps it real. Yes. Alhamdulillah. Tonight we're going to speak about the sunans of fasting. And a lot of you have asked me questions about what do we do? You know, what are some things we should do when fasting? Well, we're going to speak about that tonight. So let's put the PowerPoint up. I'm going to jump right into it. And I got Sister Wefat here. Sheikha. Sheikha Wefat. She gives me a lot of my information, guys. When I'm teaching you guys about the Prophet's wives and Aisha radiallahu anha and Salama. A lot of the information I get from my sisters, the Sheikha here in the Emirates, because they translate. They say there's so much about the Prophet's wives that we who don't speak Arabic don't know. So they'll send me stuff all the time that's translated for me. And that's how I'm able to tell you guys what Aisha's favorite color it was and all of that stuff. I get that from Sister Wafat and also Sister Heba. They're also Daya. They're like me. They're teachers. They're Islamic teachers, and they're in the UK. And they're strict. Y'all think that I'm rough and tough. I'm not rough and tough. Those sisters are rough and tough. They don't put up with no crap. Okay. She said, that's right. We sure don't. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. She said, I'm doing a good job. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. So tonight, what I'm going to speak about are the etiquettes. The etiquettes and the sunans of fasting. And again, when we talk about sunans, we're talking about the things that we don't have to do because they're not obligations. However, they're things that we are encouraged to do, things that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did and what he encouraged us to do. So that's what we're going to speak about tonight. And let's get started. And remember, guys, put me on the big screen TV. And YouTube is not banned on well, it is. I'm sorry, it is banned in certain countries. Just in the Emirates. Y'all, they done banned YouTube for y'all too? She says certain parts. Okay, so, but put me on, for those of you in America, in the UK, put me on YouTube or whatever channel, SunnahFollowers. So that way the kids can see this. The children should be participating because any children that you have that are 6 years old, they should be fasting too. Even if it's just teaching them to fast for 2 hours out the day. And any children that you have who are 9 years and older should be fasting the entire day. So the kids need to learn this too. And parents, take a screenshot with your cell phone. And when we fast, when fasting, we should make sure to eat and drink sahur. That's the early morning breakfast. It's not an obligation, but it is highly encouraged because the food that we eat before we start fasting, Allah will make it sustain us, up until the time to break the fast. And how long do we have to eat? You eat until the adhan for the Fajr prayer has been pronounced. I want everybody to take notes of that. Because a lot of people think that we fast from sunrise to sunset. That's not true. We fast from Fajr till Maghrib. So you can eat up until you hear Allahu Akbar, that adhan. When you hear that adhan for Fajr, you stop eating. Listen to what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about eating that morning meal. He said, eat sahur, because in sahur there is a blessing. And that blessing is whatever you eat, even if it's a banana, even if it's a bowl of cereal, even if it's a piece of toast with some coffee, Allah will cause that piece of toast and that coffee to be enough to hold you over until Maghrib. Also, in another hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, sahur is blessed food, and it involves being different from the people of the book. Now, the people of the book, he's talking about the Jews and Christians. Remember, we spoke about that yesterday. They are obligated to fast different times of the year too. But the difference in their fasting is they don't eat sahur, but we do. So that's another reason why it's highly encouraged to eat sahur, because it shows how we are not like the Jews. We are not like the Christians. And also the prophet said, even if it's a date, what a good suhoor it is to eat a date. And I'm going to tell you guys about dates. I highly encourage everyone to break their fast with a date and start it with a date, because dates have natural sugar in them. Dates have a natural sugar in them that will keep your sugar level. Because when you're fasting, your sugar is gonna drop. That's why you get that headache. You're gonna get a headache when you're fasting, because your body has to get used to not overstuffing itself and putting in too much of that glucose. So that's why when you break your fast and eat something, that headache goes away. If you eat something sweet, if you eat that date, that natural sugar, and that date will take that headache away. Okay, that fasting headache away. A lot of people think that headache is from caffeine. No, that headache is not from your coffee. I learned that from my doctor. My doctor said, Layla, that ain't no caffeine headache like people think. That's the drop in your sugar. She said, does your headache go away when you drink coffee, or does it go away when you eat a date? I said, when I eat the date, there you go. The natural sugar. So, dates is good, as the prophet said, for the believers. And again, when we're fasting, don't put off breaking the fast. Pay attention. A lot of my new shahadas from YouTube, and a lot of my new Muslims from YouTube, many of you are listening to lectures given by men and women who are Shiites. There are more Shiites on YouTube than anywhere else. They own parts of YouTube. Okay? The Shiites differ than us when it comes to breaking the fast. The Shiites, they do not break their fast until the red is gone from the sky. They'll tell you, don't break your fast, the red is in the sky. When the red leaves the sky, that means it's no longer sunset. That means it's now light night. And what does Isha means? Isha means night. So if you wait till the red is gone, you broke your fast too late and you've lost the reward. So do not put off breaking the fast. Listen to what the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. He said the people will be fine as long as they do not delay breaking the fast. Maybe that's why there's so much drama going on in the world today, the war and all this political garbage. And look who's all mixed up in everything. The war, all mixed up in Syria's business, all mixed up in Iraq's business, all mixed up in Yemen's business. Iran, the Shiites, they create a lot of fitna. So, you don't want to wait till the red is gone. That's too late. We break our fast as soon as we hear Allahu Akbar, that adhan for Maghrib. Okay? And a lot of people say, what do I break my fast with? Do I have to eat dates? What if you're a person? I know a sister who's allergic. She can't eat dates. She's allergic to honey. She's allergic to dates. She can't eat none of that type of stuff that's sweet. So I told her, break your fast with anything. You can eat a piece of bread. Break your fast with black coffee. Break your fast with a piece of gum. Chew some gum. Okay, so you can break your fast with anything, because fasting means to avoid putting anything in your stomach from Fajr till Maghrib. So anything that you put in your mouth and goes into your stomach is going to break your fast. So you can break it with a drink of water. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to break his fast with the dates. Why? Again, The dates have that natural sugar. It's going to give you that sugar rush that you need to get your body back balanced. The prophet would break his fast with fresh dates before he prayed. And if fresh dates were not available, he would eat the dried ones. And if there were no dried dates, then he would just drink some water. So, you can just break your fast with a sip of water if you want. Okay? And there's the source. Take a screenshot of all these hadiths. Everything I'm teaching you is from the Quran and Sunnah. All these hadiths are authentic. I don't deal with anything weak. Not a weak man, not a weak website, not a weak dawah, not a weak hadith. Okay? And here's a question that a lot of people ask. What should we say? What should we say when we break our fast? And I'm going to go over all this stuff again with you, so don't worry. I'm going to teach you guys this stuff every day. Every day I'm going to tell you what to say, so don't worry. You know, this is a lot, but don't worry. I'm going to go over all this with you again as we're fasting. When the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam broke his fast, this is one of the supplications he would say. He would say, thirst is gone. The blood is flowing through my veins again, and the reward is certain, Allah willing. And there's another supplication too that I say, O Allah, for thy sake have I fasted, and for thy sake I break my fast with this, and for thy sake I break my fast with this sustenance. That's another supplication he would say. Okay, and you can say it in English. I'm saying it in English just to show you and prove to you that these supplications can be said in English or with Arabic or Spanish, whatever language you speak, Portuguese. Like I said in the short that I put out, Allah is the creator of all language, and he's the one that willed for you to speak whatever language you speak. If Allah can understand the fish in the sea, if Allah can understand a cockroach, if Allah can understand an ant like he did in the case of the ant and Solomon, he can understand your English. So don't get caught up in those fanatical brothers who really want you to think they're superior over you. That's why they tell you that they're better than you because they speak Arabic. No, they ain't. Sorry, Charlie. You can say it in whatever language you speak, but if you can say it in the Arabic supplication, that's good because the Prophet taught us how to say it. The Prophet taught us how to say it, but you can say the meaning of it in whatever language you speak. Okay? Also, this is the big question too. When we're fasting, how should we spend our time? Should we spend our time sleeping? This is a big problem. No. Anybody that sleeps the day away has lost out on the rewards. Should we spend the time playing video games? No. Should we spend the time watching television? No. You should spend your time doing good deeds. Because again, as we talked about the other day, Ramadan is the month of mercy. This is the month in which Allah magnifies and rewards all good deeds up to 700 times. You can spend your time helping your mother cook the food for the kids. You can spend your time cleaning up the house. That's a good deed. You should spend your time reading the Quran. That's one of the best things to do because Ramadan is also the month of pondering. And I mean pondering. And I mean pondering the Quran. You could spend your time here in my classes learning the basics of Islam. But what you don't do is spend that time committing sins. We got some Muslims here who smoke cigarettes. How many of you went out and bought those Nicoderm patches? Cigarettes are haram. We got some Muslims here that smoke weed. How many of you are smoking that marijuana? That's haram. We got some Muslims here who vape. Vaping is haram. You do that stuff, Allah's not rewarding you for nothing. You're just starving yourself. And we spoke about that yesterday. Anyone who's deliberately, intentionally committing a sin, Allah's not accepting nothing from you. You women that don't wear hijab, you have to put on a hijab and wear it every day. If you're not wearing hijab, Allah's not accepting nothing from you. You brothers and sisters that don't pray, if you don't make all 5 of those prayers every day, Allah is not accepting anything. So as the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when any of you are fasting, do not commit sins. And also the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever does not stop speaking falsehood, moderators, get in there and deal with it. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever does not stop speaking falsehood and who does not stop acting in accordance with it, Allah has no need of him giving up his food. So what does that mean? That means we don't spend our time backbiting, gossiping, speaking bad about people. Again, while you're fasting, you want to make your tongue do things that are pleasing to Allah, such as read the Quran, learn the hadiths, learn about Islam, and be kind and gentle with the people in your family. No cursing, no arguing during Ramadan, no profanity. Turn the TV off. A lot of you have those filthy, nasty videos on where they're cussing, women jumping around naked. Don't watch that crap during Ramadan. Or you got that TV blasting with those drama shows where they're having sex and they're cussing and killing. That stuff has to go during Ramadan. I'm telling you, most of you need to let the TV go because the stuff that you watch is haram. All that filth. Okay? And again, the type of sins that sneak up on you, that'll take away your blessings during Ramadan, is the backbiting, the cursing, the gossiping, the arguing. Listen to what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. He said it may be that a fasting person will get nothing from his fast except for hunger, because he spent the time arguing, screaming, cursing with other people. And also more things that can take away your reward: quiz shows, soap operas, movies, sport matches. Again, the cursing, the foul language, the filthy dressed women looking like Cardi B. You don't want to watch stuff that's got Cardi B looking women on there that's naked or sex and all that crap. And also, you don't want to waste your time hanging out in the streets either. Some people fast and they try to pass the time by hanging out in the mall. Astaghfirullah. What's the point in that? You're not getting no blessings, no rewards. So this fasting time is supposed to be spent remembering Allah. Now, I'm not saying, like, for example, with the kids, your kids are fasting. Let them take an hour break. I always tell my students every year, let your sons take an hour break so they can play. Let them play Xbox or whatever for an hour. And by the way, I have any moderators in that Zoom room? Can somebody tell me, are there any moderators present in that Zoom room? Is Fame here? No. Is Awa here? No. I am going to have to do something because I need someone to moderate when I'm teaching. Okay? I don't know what I am going to do because I can't be an octopus. All right, so you don't want to waste your time driving around in the streets, hanging out in the malls, or any of that stuff. The fasting time is supposed to be spent remembering Allah, not sleeping the day away, and not wasting the time of the day. Also, if somebody comes to you trying to pick a fight, because that's going to happen, you remember, guys, the allies of Shaitan, they're going to do everything in their power to try to get you to break your fast. When you go to work, you're going to have co-workers trying to come at you. When you go to school, you're going to have classmates coming at you. When you go to the mosque, you're going to have the jinns in the mosque, those devils amongst the humans in the mosque, the fitna starters, the haram police. They're going to be coming at you. Well, the Prophet taught us that if someone comes to you to pick a fight or to argue or insult you, don't give in to it. Say out loud, I am fasting, I am fasting. And why should you say it out loud? Because when you say it out loud, you're not only letting the person know, but you're also waking up your fitra in your heart. You're waking up your fitra and telling that jinn in your heart to go sit down. You're reminding that jinn, I'm fasting, I ain't falling for you. And then walk away. Walk away from the person. Do not engage. Do not allow the allies of Shaitan to cause you to self-destruct. And again, fasting is not hard because you're only fasting for a few hours during the day. If Fajr comes in at 6:30 and Maghrib comes in at 6:30, you're just fasting for 12 hours and you're going to spend some of that time sleeping. Okay? So don't let your personal jinn make you think that, oh, I'm going to die. No, if you can't go a few hours without eating, then that's a sign that you have an addiction. And we're going to talk about addictions during this month of Ramadan while we're fasting. You're going to discover that many of you are addicted to food. And that's why you're overweight. That's why your health is bad. Because Ramadan is the month of self-reflection. You get to see what your weaknesses are. So you're going to have to not let your jinn tell you, I'm going to die. Ain't nobody dying because they went a few hours without eating something. Ain't nobody dying because they went a few hours without drinking something. As the Prophet Muhammad himself said, the son of Adam fills no vessel more than his stomach. We overeat. Fasting is good for you because it's going to balance your glucose. It's going to balance your body. Subhanallah. Also, listen to how the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam spent his fasting time. The companion said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the most generous person you would ever meet. And he was more generous during the month of Ramadan. That's something that we can work on, helping others. Helping others, help your parents around the house. Help your brothers and sisters with their homework. Ask your neighbor, do they need you to shovel their driveway? When you go to the store, ask your neighbor, do they need anything? We're getting all those rewards for being generous. And also, the angel Jibril used to meet with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam every night to teach him the Quran. And that's why you want to make sure that you set aside some time after Fajr or in the nighttime to read at least one verse of the Quran and ponder the meaning of it. You will do that with me because in all my classes, I'm always giving you a verse of the Quran that we ponder. Okay? The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, in paradise there are rooms whose outside can be seen from the inside, and the inside can be seen from the outside. Allah has prepared them for those who feed the poor, who are kind in their speech, and who fast regularly, and who pray at night when other people are asleep. This is a powerful hadith. Think about it as we're fasting, helping others who are in need, being kind to your mother, speaking beautifully to your siblings, your brothers and sisters, cooking dinner and offering the food to other people like Laila Nasheeba, who ain't got no family here. So you want to cook some food and drop it off to Laila Nasheeba. MashaAllah, what a good deed. Okay? And also at nighttime when everybody goes to sleep, that's the time when you put the kids down for the night, your husband's at the mosque, you take that time to ponder one of the verses of the Quran. And also, the Prophet said, whoever gives food to a fasting person to break their fast with will have a reward equal to his fast. Again, this is the time that we reach out to those brothers and sisters in our communities who don't have a wife, who don't have a husband. And maybe, like I said, cook a meal for them and drop it off to them. They can break their fast with a nice meal. Subhanallah. And again, the more good deeds that you do during this month, the greater the reward. So this is where we brush up on the voluntary prayers. We don't have to do the voluntary prayers ever, but the month of Ramadan is a good time to start doing them. And also, as you're driving in your car, say astaghfirullah. Oh Allah, forgive me for my sins. Oh Allah, forgive me for my sins as you're driving to work, as you're driving to school. Say subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah as you're walking to school, as you're walking to the grocery store. These are all words of remembrance of Allah that bring about a lot of reward. And all of you, especially the brothers, all you brothers should try to pray the Taraweeh prayer at the mosque behind the imam. When it's time to break fast, go to the mosque if you're a boy and pray the Taraweeh, because you men get more blessings doing that, whereas we women get more blessings praying at home. And then during the last 10 days of Ramadan, it's a good thing if you brothers can do seclusion in the mosque. And everything, like I said, charity, charity, charity. You look at this website here, subhanallah. This website is Fi Sabilillah. We've been around since 1986. Since 1986, SunnahFollowers has been here on the internet, trying to call the Muslims back to the traditional Islam. And we're a nonprofit organization. We need donations. We're not affiliated with a mosque. We're a bunch of elderly women. A bunch of elderly women now. We were younger back in 86, but we're old women in our 60s and 70s and 80s now who are trying to keep this website going. Look at all the blessings you guys will get for giving in charity, because anyone who comes to the classes here and learns even one thing about Islam, you will get that reward, and also the reward of me, Jamali, and all of us teachers here. And finally, for tonight, one of the questions that one of the sisters asked yesterday, is it bid'ah, or is it innovation, or is it haram to congratulate, to say happy Ramadan to another Muslim? What does Ramadan Mubarak mean? It just means happy Ramadan, or have a happy, blessed Ramadan. There is nothing wrong with that. The Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to walk the streets of Medina announcing happy Ramadan, have a blessed Ramadan to everyone. Look at this hadith. Here's my dalil. The prophet used to say, there has come to you Ramadan, a blessed month. That's what Mubarak means. A blessed month. Arabic is a language, not a religion. He used to say, there has come to you Ramadan, a blessed month. And Allah has made it obligatory upon you to fast this month. During this month, the gates of paradise are opened and the gates of hell are locked and the devils are chained up. And within this month, there is a night that's better than 1,000 months. And whoever is deprived of the goodness of that night is deprived indeed. And what's the source? There it is. This hadith is authentic. So I don't want to hear no crap about some Shiite or some Sufi told you that it's haram to say Ramadan Mubarak because they don't know the sunnah. Okay? Arabic is not a religion. It's a lingo, just like Anglo is. Mubarak means a blessed. Ramadan. Y'all see that? All right. So those are some things I wanted to go over with you guys tonight. The sunans of fasting. And again, I'm going to repeat these things to you guys. Again, don't worry. When Ramadan starts, I'll be revisiting all this. I'll walk you through each day, day by day, telling you what to do, what you shouldn't do. So don't panic. All right. Are there any questions or comments? And by the way, I'm going to talk about that in detail. Sister BK, she said, do you have to finish the whole Ramadan? No. This is another misconception from the Sufis. Your fasting is not contingent on reading the Quran. In fact, you don't have to read the Quran at all for your fast to be accepted. Y'all understand that? And I'm going to talk about that in detail next week when we're fasting, because that's not true. Your fast is not contingent on the Quran at all. This is a sunnah. This is something that we should do because the Ramadan is the month that the Quran was completed. But anyone that tells you that Allah did not accept your fast because you didn't read the Quran, that person doesn't know what they're talking about. That's not true. But why do people read the juices? Because they want the reward. And it's not supposed to just be reading. You're supposed to be pondering the meaning of what Allah is saying in those juices as well. Like I said, you can take one verse, just take one sentence after Fajr and just read it and then ponder what Allah is saying. You got the whole reward of reading the juice. Okay, because it's about understanding it too. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Yeah, sister. Okay, good. Sister Mariam said, thank you, Sister Laila, for making this so simple and complete. I love the way you teach. I love your dawah. I love Allah for guiding me to you and your website. May Allah bless you. Ameen, ameen. May Allah bless you too, guys, and keep me in your supplications. I'm alone. I need all the supplications I can get. Okay, let's see here. Here's another question. Sister, assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam. I have a question. The day 7, I have a blood test. Oh, it's okay. Blood tests do not break your fast. And as far as your medicines, having a blood test done does not break your fast. But in regards to your medicines, you take them before you begin your fast or after you break it. So like say, for example, you take high blood pressure pills and you take, so you would take them before the fast or after you break your fast. But if you have to have a blood test done, a shot, we're going to go over all that. Blood tests and shots do not break the fast. Your fast is still good. But if you got to drink something, like say, for example, they wanted to take a picture of your stomach, so they make you drink that stuff, that breaks your fast. Putting stuff into your stomach breaks your fast. Ingesting food into your stomach is what breaks the fast, not taking a shot or having a blood test. Yeah, I get blood tests too. I got a blood test coming up too. Another one. You just reminded me I got another blood test coming up. They took one. Yeah, I got to do that probably, I think, in 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. I'm going to log out for right now. Let me remind everybody, in 10 minutes, we have Brother Muhammad Ziada. He's going to do a special talk about how, you know, how a lot of us say, Sister Laila, I pray my prayers, I wear my hijab, I'm fasting the month of Ramadan, so why do bad things still happen to me? That's what Brother Muhammad Ziada is going to be speaking about. You know, the patience that we need in life, because bad things happen to good people for a reason. So I'm going to log out, but I'll be logging in 10 more minutes for Brother Muhammad's stream. Okay? Y'all got that? Brother Muhammad's stream. And also, my class on the prayer is tonight at 9:30. I'm going to speak about the prayer of the traveler. A lot of my new shahadas have asked me about the prayer of the traveler. I'm going to break that down at 9:30, inshallah. So I'm going to log out, but look for the next stream in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Subhanakallahumma.
Sister Laila, don't forget about the donation.
Yes, and please donate, guys. Please support us. You know, we are overdrawn with, I just got 2 donations. And I've sent some money in. We only got $8 in our account. Remember I told y'all that $250? Well, the $250 didn't go through yet. Guess what went through? The one for the dial pad. So, or if it did go through, it ain't showing up yet. Please, guys, we don't want to be overdrawn. Please donate to support this dawah effort. You can donate using PayPal. You can donate using Cash App, Zelle, please. We only got $8, and we got that program for $250. We need $250 for this the video program that I use every month. That is the new one I'm using. Y'all see that new program I'm using? It's sharp, ain't it? $250 a month for this website. Please donate. Okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.